or in shoeboxes, or potentially even scattered across multiple farming entity operations. So farmers have to actually get all their data into one place, and there's no really streamlined way to organize that. And because of these three barriers, less than 20% of all farmers take advantage of game-changing USDA cost share programs that help farmers invest in their operation. 90% of farmers work a second off-farm job in order to keep their business afloat and viable. And then this third piece here is one that we're all intimately familiar with and is really sad. That is mid-sized farms, farms that are on average grossing between $150,000 and $1 million in annual sales. They're shrinking. The number of those farms is going down. And these farms are really the heartbeat of resilient, localized food systems across America. This is why we built FarmRaise. FarmRaise is the easiest way to get funding as a farmer. Any farmer can come to our landing page and they can take a 2-minute quiz, which tells them if they're eligible for the top federal funding programs. We organize their data in a way that matches them with these funding programs. In addition, farmers keep coming back to us and subscribing month over month because we have a database of hundreds of not just federal, but also local and state level funding programs. We check these programs every day and we send a farmer an alert every time a program that specifically applies to their operation opens and closes. The third thing we do for farmers is if they're eligible for the top 3 USDA funding programs. These are 2 cost share programs that help the farmer invest in their infrastructure and often improve the conservation practices on their farm, as well as a low interest loan program. If they're eligible for these top 3 USDA funding programs, they can apply directly on FarmRaise through a streamlined application that organizes their disparate financial data into an entity profile that seamlessly connects them to financial resources. This is over $10 billion available annually across these 3 funding programs. Now, we are a product-first company, as you can see, but the beauty of FarmRaise is there is a human behind these products. The farmer can reach out to, talk to. We offer support and encouragement to the farmer. And this is, I think, why we've been so successful getting traction with farmers, because we are absolutely farmer obsessed and want to lend this human angle to our product. And it's working. Here's what our first 1,000 users have had to say about FarmRaise. And building FarmRaise along with these farmers has been such a privilege for us because they've helped us design FarmRaise. We've built FarmRaise for them. They've been our first line of feedback. And it's just this incredible community that's growing. And it's been really a privilege to work with them. And another really cool opportunity we've been taking advantage of is really, well, three big tailwinds that we've been excited to work with here. The first one is farmers are learning how investing in their soil health increases their profitability. That's kind of like this regenerative agriculture revolution we're seeing coming across the US. Over 60% of the farmers who come to FarmRaise today want to invest in a regenerative agriculture project on their farms. And all 3 of the grant programs we help farmers access today have that angle to them. And then secondly, as you all know, carbon markets are exploding across the US, and farmers are intrigued. They want to know what markets they're eligible for, how do they access them, and then they also want to apply for funding so they can start practices on their farm that will make them eligible to tap into these additional revenue opportunities. Finally, and this is a demographic trend that's exciting, for the second time in this past century, the demographic of young farmers is growing. 1 in 4 farmers today now is younger and tech savvy and excited to use a fintech product to access business development opportunities for their operation. And let's talk a little bit more about our target farmer, our beachhead market farmer. We are targeting mid-sized, Midwestern row crop farmers. There's only about 200,000 of these in the US, so it's about 10% of our total addressable market. But this segment is key to unlocking the rest of the market. And that's because these farmers are highly influential. The larger farmers see these folks as the up and coming competition, and the smaller farmers look up to the mid-sized farmers and want to be them. So we see the Midwestern farmers as this influential demographic that we need to secure in order to unlock the rest of the market. And we're getting them 3 different ways. The first one is organic growth. We have this fantastic farm funding Facebook group with thousands of farmers in it. And when we post about FarmRaise in the group, farmers sign up. In addition, we are partnering with really big agribusiness companies that have tens of thousands of farmers in their supply chains. We, in the past quarter, have launched pilots with Purdue's Niman Ranch brand. I don't know if you all have gotten Shake Shack Niman Ranch burgers, but that's who we're working with. And then in addition, we've launched a pilot with Corteva, and we're planning a pilot with Cargill for this summer. Finally, I should mention that our lead investor is Better Tomorrow Ventures, and the partner who did the deal, our pre-seed round, is Jake Gibson, and he's the co-founder of NerdWallet, and he's been advising us on being a thought leader and an information content creator for search engine optimization, and that's been really fun, creating a lot of video and article content to bring farmers to our site so they can learn about optimizing their business. And it's working. Since we've launched, we've gathered over 1,000 users, and we launched our subscription back in January, and we have about 100 customers who have been subscribing month over month. We've applied 50 of these farmers to about $3 million in funding opportunities. In addition, we've launched these pilots and are getting ready to launch this common application for farm funding starting June 1st, which we're really excited about. In terms of how we make money today, we charge a $20 a month subscription fee and also a fee for success on funding that farmers successfully unlock through our application. So on average, that translates to about $750 of revenue per farmer per year with this initial slice to a $1.5 billion market opportunity. But as you can imagine, there are so many opportunities we can stack on top of this common application. You're talking about things like crop insurance, tax preparation, tax credits, tax optimization, retirement and succession planning, and a whole slew of financial services. Our goal at FarmRaise is to be the farmer's full stack financial services provider. And this translates to a $16 billion market opportunity, which is what FarmRaise is pursuing. Our team met at the Stanford Graduate School of Business and teamed up in Pear VC Summer Accelerator last year. We have experience working in big agribusiness at places like Land O'Lakes, worked at the USDA, farmland investing, as well as big tech like Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft. We are now a team of 7 full-time folks, and we are growing. We're actually actively hiring now for a product designer and a full stack engineering role. So if you know any rockstar candidates, I would be so grateful if you could send them our way. We also have an incredible lineup of investors, Better Tomorrow Ventures, Financial Venture Studio, some of the leading fintech investors out there, along with Pear VC, the University of Chicago, and an incredible lineup of angel investors as well. I see one of ours in the audience today, Tom Shields, hello. And so we're just so excited to have this community backing FarmRaise and providing incredible expertise as we build this for farmers. I want to leave you today with our vision, which is vital farming communities. We truly believe that by making finance accessible for farmers, we can collectively raise up communities that are ecologically resilient, equitable, and profitable. And when I imagine what this tool can do for farmers like my dad, this is actually our farm, September farm, that you're seeing on the screen today, it gets me really excited. And so our call is really join us in building these vital farming communities through making finance accessible. Thank you so much for your time today. Would love to have you be in touch by visiting our site. And also you can reach out directly to me at jayce@farmraise.com. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much, Jayce. That was excellent. And maybe as we turn over to questions, Tom, would you mind giving your insights into why this company excites you and how you know Jayce?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Jayce sort of touched on it, the vision of vibrant farm communities. But I think, sort of more importantly, like there's one of the big opportunities for, climate change reduction and soil carbon capture, right? Soil carbon capture means changing in farming practices. And one of the big problems is farmers don't have time or capital to change the farming practices. And so this is kind of a, if you back up a few steps, you say, well, what are the steps that we need to do to really draw down a whole shit ton of carbon and put it in the soil and get some of these regenerative practices so that we can start really making a difference, like a gigaton level difference in carbon capture. You got to start getting funding into the hands of the people who can actually make this kind of change. And we've seen some of the other ones who then you need to measure it, and then you need to get, you also need climate markets, and you need other kinds of things. There's lots of things you need, but absolutely one of the core building blocks is this ability to get finance, and FarmRaise is really helping catalyze that.
Fantastic. That's great. All right, any questions from the audience? We have a few minutes left. I'd love to hear some. Anyone want to jump in? I'm sure there's a few out there.
I'll ask a question, Nick. Jayce, are you considering getting into farmland sales, leasing, leasebacks, any of those kinds of parts of the finance model?
Yes, that is an excellent question, because many of the farmers who are coming to our site today are beginning farmers or farmers that are looking to expand. And so slotting that into the financial stack is definitely a move that would make sense strategically. Today, we want to do where we think we can make the most traction and play our best role in terms of the opportunity set available to us. And where we see the greatest opportunity right now is helping farmers access finance. But long term, yes, we see that as part of the stack for sure.
Got it. Thanks.
Pass. But Jayce, thank you so much. If you want to follow up with Jayce, she can give you her contact information here in the chat bar, on Slack, or just let us know, put you in touch.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Great to be with you all.
Thanks, Jayce.